also the best thing that I love is shining a light on our heroes. And tonight, our two of our main heroes are Feeding America and
DRAN, which is Disaster Responders Asset Network. And rather than me going on and on about me, we should probably just introduce her and the amazing work that she's doing. But first of all, we want to say thank you for inviting us. This was amazing.
Oh,
to share this moment with this DayTime.
We do have to say real quick that it was so meant to be, because I had no idea about DayTimeCares.com, that you had already started, right. And I sent the text saying Daytime Cares, and Ari sent a message back like, "Oh my gosh!" And we were like, "This is meant to be. This is meant to be."
And just to share with the fans, like Laura and I have been, every time we do get a chance to get together, which is usually at a live event, we think along the same lines. Our souls totally match up. If anyone believes in that stuff.
I do.
I'm in.
So this was just such a beautiful addition, and I feel so blessed to be able to share and be able to give back in any way, shape, or form. And I did want to add really quickly, we are taking donations tonight that are going directly to each organization. So you can click Daytime Cares. Right on the homepage, you should be able to click right there to donate to Feeding America or Disaster Responder Assets Network.
Yep, you can do either one. Mm-hmm. So let's get that started.
All right, Sean, you guys take it away.
Without further ado.
Should we get it? Yes? All right.
Well, let's get this show on the road.
Let's do it. We're live. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So we are introducing now.
Yes, there she is right there. Nataly Kuznetsov, how are you?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for having us. How are you?
We're really good. Thank you for coming on. I just got to get started by saying, first of all, you provide opportunities and solutions for our front responders, our healthcare workers, and you yourself are one of them. You have a master's in critical care, trauma nursing, and you just came back from the front lines. Am I right?
I did. Thank you. We have an amazing team who supports us, and we are really blessed to be able to do that.
Where did you come from?
Well, I just came back from a disaster response down in Southern California, where we were taking care of nursing home patients.
Wow. And the genesis of your whole organization started through a disaster that you yourself went through with the California fire. So out of that blossomed something pretty extraordinary. And now you're helping people.
Yeah, pretty much. We went through the firestorm, and really this was the first time after doing disasters for almost 10 years. It gave me a very different perspective. Living in Napa and being in the middle of that firestorm really gave me a very different perspective of what first responders and healthcare workers need at the time of the disaster. Because it's not that you just worried about how do you get to work and all the things that you need to do at work in order to do your job, but you're also worried about what's happening at home. Is my child okay? Do I need cat sitter? Do I need to evacuate? Or how do I get to work? Or how do I get back home? So there are lots of things extra that are coming in here. And if I do need to evacuate, where do I go? If I'm a police officer, how does that change things? If I'm a nurse, how does that change things?
Right.
All of those dynamic things that affect our existence on a daily basis.
Yeah, you have preparation on your site. You talk about preparation well in advance, predicting in this certain environment how this will come out, being patient and being proactive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to share too, because I feel like it's so important for people that are not first responders, are not trained in healthcare in any way, shape, or form, or police officers. And I think sometimes we forget that you're human, yeah. And that the importance of you as well having a place to go and having a place to relate to one another, where you and we differ. I mean, I at least had been trained in disaster relief. I'm not certified right now, but I have an idea of what it is you go through. But can you talk a little bit about what your organization offers for frontline workers?
Of course. We're currently with COVID-19 outbreak. We really had to focus on a specific thing. And what we decided to focus on is mental health support to the frontline responders. Yeah. And by frontline responders, I mean first responders, disaster relief responders, and healthcare professionals. So what we're doing is that we are offering the support groups where people can come. They're led by peer support trained responders who can relate to each other and are also trained in mental health, which means you can come into that closed, confidential environment and share the things that you're experiencing, whatever is going on, whatever is bothering you, in an environment where other people will understand that on a spinal level as opposed to just on a conversation level.
Beautiful. And you have free online support. Is that correct? They can click on, go there, look for the support they need. Citizens, first responders, and volunteers. Is that correct?
We do accept volunteers and we do accept citizens if they do want to come and help us, but the specific support groups are designed for frontline responders.
That's incredible. Thank you. And being on the front lines, how are they doing out there? How are they doing emotionally? How are they doing physically?
Well, so I can tell you my experience of just the deployment that I just went to. Imagine yourself being in personal protective equipment for a prolonged period of time, meaning you can't go to the bathroom, you can't eat, you can't take a drink. You are completely, fully protected. And then I had a patient who was dying, which is a typical thing, unfortunately, which is for us, that's a normal part of the process, right? I've worked in emergency departments and ICU. I currently work as a flight nurse. So life issues are not foreign to me. But in that specific environment right now, what happens is that you're in full-blown personal protective equipment. Your face is covered with a mask, so you can't really communicate emotion. You're very limited at how much emotions you can communicate. You provide the end-of-life care, and you cannot get family to come and be with their loved ones as they're dying. So you have a family who is standing on the other side of the room, behind a window, unable to touch their loved ones as they are dying. And we have to facilitate that process. That's the hard thing to do, because the last thing that we want to do is to create more sick people. But it is absolutely heartbreaking. It also makes you feel like as you're not doing your job, even though you are, but you can't provide that emotional support, because all of us, we love what we do. We love supporting people. And we're trained really well at what you do, but you're limited with what you can do right now. So it really creates an emotional toll on us. And doing this day in and day out, night shift, day shift, being flipped to another area where you typically don't work, it all adds up. And then you can't go home because you're protecting your own family. I don't want to contaminate my children or my parents or my spouse who is potentially immunosuppressed. All of these other stuff, all of this combines. And then we've been doing this already for a while on top of this. So take the time into it. There's a lot of exhaustion. There's a lot of emotional heartbreak for all of us.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. So how can all of us out here, with regard to either donations or get information by going to your site, how do those directly help you in your organization?
Well, what we do right now is we actively develop these programs in order to create mental health awareness for us, as well as provide those support groups. We also refer frontline responders to additional mental health help if it's needed. We've also created a program to specifically train mental health professionals to provide care to us, meaning understanding all the special issues that come with being a frontline responders. So these are the problems, those are the critical needs and the programs that we're constantly developing and maintaining on a regular basis. So that's where the civilians can help assist us to take care of us, because we are here to take care of you. So please help us to take care of us. And we're all in this together. Exactly like you said, I really like how you've emphasized on it. We're all in this together. And we're all dedicated to the well-being of the community. And in order for us all to come out in a positive way and grow out of it in a positive way, as opposed to down.
Man, I love your passion with purpose. So thank you so much for being on the front lines and sharing your story and opening your hearts to us.
And have you found it? I did, as you were talking, Nataly, I feel like, as I'm listening to you share how people can help and be helped. I mean, this is one of the reasons we were working on Daytime Cares is because it's coming full circle, and you're doing that. You're helping and you're receiving. And I hope this evening, again, for people, I want to remind people to go to Daytime Cares and click on the DRAN and donate to whatever you can, whether it's $5, whether it's $4, whether it's $400, because I think that everyone has a story, or at least a relationship to someone who has either passed away or gotten really sick. And I can't express our gratitude enough for what you're doing. And you co-founded this with your husband?
Yes.
Yes, I had the lovely opportunity.
We're not there yet, but we're almost there.
You're almost there. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And so first responders out there, so if somebody knows a first responder or a healthcare worker or a family or a friend, they can go to this website as a source, correct?
Yes, sir.
Playing it forward. I
And
love it.
is it, and nationally too, especially if someone needs to talk to anyone to get the emotional support from anywhere, right?
Yeah. We take everyone, everybody who is going. We haven't said no to anybody yet, and we're not going to do so, because all of us, we all need this.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, amazing, amazing, Nataly. Okay, again, one more time, please go to daytimecares.com and donate to Disaster Responder Assets Network, and follow them on Instagram if you can, and just, even if you're just giving your loving support by sharing and communicating, you're just helping spread awareness, and that's exactly what we need. And this is why we're doing, part of the reason why we're doing this whole event. So
they need it, they can come to you as well. That'd be fantastic.
Yes, thank you so much, Nataly. And is there anything else you want to share with anyone, with everyone listening, before we go?
I think just the last thing, if there are frontline responders that are listening to this, please don't isolate. Please reach out. We're all in this together.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right, Nataly, until I
you.
talk to you soon, very, very soon, we'll be in touch, because this will be a continuation of giving back to your organization.